Hey, this is Dan Mascari, and today we're going to be drawing mechs, specifically EVA-01 from Neon Genesis Evangelion, one of the best anime series of all times. I just heard Netflix is doing a new version of it, so we'll see how that goes. But I'm going to start out with a pencil here and just keeping a loose sketch of my basic shapes to really define the composition. And starting out with the torso, building upon that, and then adding in some details. And now defining the head and some of the more unique shapes to the structure. There's these big, huge shoulder pads on EVA-01 in Neon Genesis Evangelion. Highly recommend it. It's a great series if you haven't seen it. It's definitely not for kids, but deals with some more complex topics that astute viewers may appreciate. And I'm starting to really nail in the composition here. Want to have a good action to my pose, a dynamic action stance, so keeping the legs and arms far apart. Adding in some of the suit details here, and these are giant suits, so they're bit taller than skyscrapers, so want to add in some more details later to really indicate the size of this. For now, I'm going to leave the monster kind of a generic form, humanoid form, and just adding in some more detail and just trying to keep it loose and not get too rigid and lose the action stance that I have. So just trying to work fast, and there's that strange horn on the Ava suit that kind of gave me some difficulty rendering. So now I'm just really making sure that I have the positioning of the head the way that I want it before I add in some of those final details. You'll notice me turning the pencil sideways so that I don't become too rigid in my construction of the shapes. If I want those fine detailed lines, I will hold the pencil like you would normally to write, but when I'm sketching, you'll often see me switch between this way of holding, this traditional way of holding the pencil, and the, I don't know, sideways way of holding the pencil. And I know that I'm going to ink this later, so I don't need to add in a ton of the details during the penciling stage, because I don't want to overdo it and have to erase a ton, because I'm not doing this in a blue pencil, I'm just doing it with a regular pencil. So I am going to have to erase it after the inking, so just don't want to get carried away too much with the detail here, but you've got enough direction to do the final inks. Just adding in some motion lines to indicate that there's a punch happening with some force. And then I did the inks, and this is what we got. And I'm going to do a whole nother video on the inking process of this piece. And we'll go through that, and then we're going to scan it, take it into Photoshop, and turn it into a final composition by adding some color. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you'd like to see the final version, check out my Instagram at Daniel Mascari, or my Facebook, facebook.com/MascariMedia.